Welcome to the AIM Inclusive Play, tips and ideas on how to use puppets. Today I'm going to introduce you to Scorch, who's a fun and friendly puppet. He loves spaghetti, he loves anything to do with numbers, but he's finding colours a little bit difficult at the moment. Would you like to meet him? Off we go. Come on, Scorch. It's time to come out. Can't keep everybody waiting. It's making such a racket. Hey, Scorch, how are you? You're excited? Why are you excited, Scorch? You're excited to show the lovely practitioners how to use puppets? Right, let's do it. Puppets are a great way to create awe and wonder. You want children to be excited and anticipating the arrival of the puppet. A good way of doing this is for the puppet to appear from a dustbin, a box, or a teapot. Another way to keep the magic alive is to sprinkle magic dust or to give a secret knock. To keep the anticipation alive, you want children to be excited and not scared that the puppet is arriving. A good way to preempt this is for the puppet to write a letter to the children so that they can be excited about the puppet's arrival. So we've created awe and wonder, now we need to find the voice. Don't worry, you don't have to be a ventriloquist. The first option is the silent whisper. Hi, I'm learning lots today. The second option is to be the voice. Hi, I'm Scorch and I'm learning lots today. It might feel weird at the start that you're talking at the same time, but soon the children will associate the voice coming from the puppet. The last option is to use the squeaker. Hi, I'm Scorch. This might test your patience after a while, so you might want to save that one for special occasions. Now, some tips on using your puppet. When the puppet's talking, make sure the mouth is moving on every syllable. Hi, I'm Scorch. Also, be aware of the way you're holding the puppet. Keep the puppet at ear level. Make eye contact. And make sure he's making eye contact with the children as well. Don't be using it to deliver a negative message such as the puppet doesn't like the way you're not listening. Maybe instead praise the children that are listening well. Lastly, don't forget when you're talking and put the puppet down as you want to keep the magic alive. Instead, what you can do is maybe say the puppet needs to go home to have his dinner or create a little bed that he can go down into. We're now going to look at ways of expressing emotions through the puppet. It's important that you're mimicking the emotion that the puppet is displaying. This gives the children an extra cue to know what is happening. So if the puppet is shocked, you're also shocked. If the puppet is sad, he's looking down. If he's angry, he's shaking. If he's shy, he's looking away. If he's bored, if he's yawning or looking up. If he is happy or excited, he's bouncy and jumping around. So now it's important to create the character of the puppet. It's important to work this out before you introduce the puppet to the children, because sometimes when the children are asking you questions, it's difficult to remember what you have said. So it's good to start thinking of things like how many's in their family, what they like, what they dislike, and what they're learning at the moment. Now we're going to look at 10 fun ways of using your puppet. Number 1, the praise puppet. The praise puppet comes out at the end of the session and gets to see all the fun things that the children have been learning that day. Number 2, you've got Helpful Harry. Helpful Harry comes out and helps the children with things that they're having difficulty with. Number 3, you've got Tidy Up Tim. Tidy Up Tim comes out when it's time to tidy up. Number 4, you've got Sammy Sounds. Sammy Sounds comes out and introduces a new sound that they're learning that day. For number 5, we have Routine Ronnie. This is when Routine Ronnie represents the start of a new learning session. He can appear on the carpet when it's time for circle time or on a plant when it's time to go outside. Number 6, Let's Help Henry. This is when Henry is trying his best, but he's finding some things difficult, so the children can find ways to help him with his learning. Number 7, Question Time. It's an opportunity for the children to ask lots of different questions and opens up lots of discussion opportunities. Number 8 is introducing a new topic or theme. This is where the puppet will take out from a box an object that represents what they're learning that day, which is quite exciting. Number 9, using pictures. You could have pictures of lots of puppets and Scorch in the middle showing his family. And lastly, number 10, role play. This is good for exploring emotions and developing social skills.
I want to introduce you to my puppet. My puppet's name is Mr. Sockette. I love to use puppets in my practice as they are so versatile. Mr. Sockette is a great way to enhance and extend on all learning experiences and interactions for all children regardless of their stage of development. Mr. Sockette has an ability to create magical experiences for children. Children are more comfortable and happy talking to Mr. Sockette than they sometimes are talking to me. Mr. Sockette is also a great way to gain and maintain children's attention. He has lovely big eyes and a smiley face that children really enjoy engaging with. Mr. Sockette likes to take a leading role at story time. He loves to read stories, he loves to act out stories. He asks for suggestions and tips and hints and advice on how best to deal with difficult social situations. The children are very happy to share their experiences and help him through any difficulties he may have. Mr. Sockette is also a great way to support cooperative play for children. He's a very good companion to children who are a little bit more reluctant to express their feelings or needs or wants. Sometimes children are happier to come to Mr. Sockette and have a cuddle or have a little chat, and that way a practitioner can observe and gain a little bit of insight into how that child may be feeling or what that child needs at a particular time. I like to extend children's learning through arts and craft activities. I like to ask the children to bring in their own socks, and we decorate with googly eyes and woolly hair so that the children can have their own class of puppets. I often see children reenacting certain situations, pretending to run the session, reading stories, and just generally having really good discussions. I suggest that you allow a child plenty of free time to play with their puppets. Provide a mirror so that the children can see themselves, and just generally observe and follow the child's lead, and don't forget to join in and play and ask lots of nice open-ended questions.